Today we're tackling the Thanksgiving conundrum, roasting a turkey. I'm going to show you a really clever trick today on how you can roast your Thanksgiving turkey and have a wonderfully moist breast meat and a thoroughly cooked dark meat. And the trick here is roasting the turkey upside down. So to start, instead of putting a rack into the bottom of my roasting pan here, I'm going to use some bread because the bread is really nice and soft and it won't damage the breast meat or the skin on top of the bird. So what I'm doing is I'm just leveling off the top here so that I have a nice flat piece of bread once I open this up. And this goes right into your roasting pan, so it sits nice and flat. Now, you're going to butter the bread, of course, right? And I'm using 1 stick of unsalted butter here. When you're buttering the bread, what you're doing is you're making sure that the turkey skin will not stick to the loaf of bread. And also, what it will do is it will melt down in the pan and give you wonderful basting juices so that your turkey will be beautiful and brown. So now for the turkey. I have an 18-pound bird here, and this is a fresh turkey, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna season the bird up with salt and pepper. That's it. Now you could use whatever spice blend you like. You could even stuff the turkey. The cooking times will change. I'm gonna mix together, let's see, about a couple tablespoons of salt and a couple teaspoons of pepper. And I like to do this in a separate bowl because it keeps your salt and pepper nice and clean. Liberally sprinkle the inside and the outside of the turkey. It's very important to salt the inside of the cavity of the bird because flavor does penetrate in that way as well. And I like to season before I tuck the wings under because I like to make sure that the entire exterior of the bird is coated. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the neck skin and I'm going to push it under the turkey, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take the wing tips and rotate them underneath the breast. And this helps to prevent the wing tips from burning. It also keeps a nice shape to the bird. And now, for uniform cooking, it's always helpful to truss the bird. So I'm just going to take a small piece of butcher's twine and I'm going to tie the legs together. So now you're going to take the bird and you're going to flip it or invert it onto the top of the bread. Just like that, and it should sit nicely in the center of the loaf. With the remaining salt and pepper, just give the underside, which is now the top side, a liberal sprinkling of salt and pepper. So the great thing about this method here is roasting upside down, the juices kind of trickle down into the breast meat and keep it nice and moist. And the dark meat, which is on the top of the bird now, has direct contact with the heat of the oven, so it will cook at a faster rate, ultimately making the turkey itself cook at an even rate, and the breast meat will be done at the same time as the dark meat. So into a preheated 425-degree oven, make sure that the rack is set in the lower third of the oven, and you're going to put the turkey in legs first because this will help kick off that cooking. So our turkey has been roasting at 425 degrees for about 45 minutes. Now reduce the oven temperature to 350 degrees. And now is the time to flip the turkey. And you can use a wooden spoon, you can fit it into the cavity here to help you leverage the bird a little bit, being very careful. Flip the bird, and you can see that the breast here hasn't been damaged at all. There are no wire rack marks. So now this goes back into your oven, 350 degrees, and if you can fit it into your oven with the neck end first, that would be great. Now, if you can't fit it in neck first, you can do it from side to side. It's gonna cook for about an hour and a half in total, and every 15 to 20 minutes, you should baste it until it's a nice golden brown color. So it's been about an hour and a half, and our turkey is out of the oven. It's beautiful. It has a wonderful lacquered top from all of the basting with the pan juices. Now, you wanna make sure that when you are roasting your turkey, make sure that you cook by temperature and not by cooking time or by weight of the bird. You want to insert an instant read thermometer into the thickest part of the thigh, avoiding bone, and that should register 165 degrees. So this needs to now rest before carving at least 30 minutes so that the juices do not run out and you do not end up with a dry bird. But I do promise you that this method of cooking a turkey upside down will give you the most moist and delicious and tender breast meat and a wonderfully cooked dark meat, and you will be happy this Thanksgiving. Enjoy.